Hey there, Brian. I hope you're having a fantastic week. And there's something that came up in the comments section this week when you put out a post talking about kind of just the general etiquette that we expect on comments on this channel. They kind of asked, somebody asked if YouTube pressures us into this, and some other people were kind of saying that they didn't like that we posted things like this. And I think that I just wanted to kind of weigh in as the other half of this channel that some of this stuff I wouldn't expect to be stated, but it's easy to forget that if you have a certain life experience or you have a certain piece of knowledge, say for example basic addition, right? Just 2 plus 2. That seems so obvious, and it's this almost metaphor that we use for basic fact, right? 2 plus 2 is 4, and we all know that. And we only know that because we were taught that. And so when you talk about etiquette and culture, especially on a platform like YouTube that's global, it's not necessarily assumed or implied that everybody is raised with the same set of core values. And that doesn't mean necessarily right or wrong or better or worse. It just means different. And so when you interact with somebody on the internet, you don't know where they're coming from. I mean, even with just typos, trying to type on the little phone app, you don't know. The tone doesn't read. They may have thought they were coming across either sarcastic or stern or a joking, and it didn't come across that way at all. And so one of the things that I try to do is I try to read my own comment. If there's any doubt or in a comment or an email or a text message, I try to read it back to myself out loud. And I try to just read it like it's the first time I've seen it, and that's hard because you wrote it. But sometimes tone doesn't come across clearly, and we have to go back and we have to apologize for things that we didn't necessarily feel we did wrong, and that's just the nature of it. But I kind of just wanted to say that I do agree that there's been some inappropriate comments in and around the community. No, YouTube has not pressured us to make any video on this. No, we're not trying to be this like Care Bear fluffy politically correct place. I like when people disagree with us, when they have solid founded points. It's what exposes me to other pieces of information. Even if I disagree with them and then I go look into their post, you know, they reference an article or whatever, and I go glance at that article and I still disagree with them, that doesn't mean I'm not glad they posted it. So you don't have to like everything everybody says. It doesn't have to change somebody's mind. It just needs to understand that this community in particular, I don't understand where the negativity comes from. We're talking about video games. 99% of our posts are talking about video games. So I just don't understand what is worth getting that up in arms over. There are things about games I'm passionate about, but people who disagree with me on those things don't really frustrate me. It's a game. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's something to bond over and share with others or share with just yourself. It doesn't, there's no really right or wrong way to enjoy a game as long as you're not getting in the way of other people enjoying that game. So I don't know where it came from, and I just wanted to say I appreciate you putting out the post this week. I appreciate you kind of getting out in front of that. It's something that has started to kind of crop up a little more. We're not a large channel. We're not every video we put out goes large by even our own standards. And so when there's negativity, it kind of shocks me because I've been really appreciative of how tight-knit this community's been and how welcoming it's been to new members at this kind of slow organic growth rate that we've had over the last however long it's been that we've been making these videos now. So I don't know. I just wanted to kind of put this out there and say, yeah, we expect people to have a reasonable level of respect, and there were people not doing it before, but if it's 1 or 2 people just being outright ridiculous, we could kind of delete those. But there was once a time when we responded to pretty much every single comment, and we still try to, but we miss a lot of them, and sometimes I'm kind of just trying to skim and look for like big, you know, what is the overall trend, or is there a new idea that only one person's referenced or something like that. And so it's not always easy to give every comment the individual attention that we've been able to give in the past. And if this channel continues to grow at this rate, that's only going to get harder. I mean, we both have the comments pushed straight to our phones, and so my phone is lighting up all the time. You know, I just checked my phone a few minutes ago, but it usually, you know, let me clear it so nobody's comments are on here. So it usually is, I open it up and it's like one text message and then a whole bunch of just YouTube comments. And so I like that. I like responding to it. It's my favorite part of posting videos, and it's my biggest regret with not posting videos more often, is that I don't get to interact with everybody. But when we have people putting in threats and hateful things and that don't really further the conversation in any way, that's kind of confusing and baffling. So to kind of put out the other half of Brian's, and then hopefully we don't have to talk about this again for a very long time, if ever, I just wanted to say thank you to the people who have been respectful and have been supportive, and thank you to all the people who have made this community absolutely a wonderful thing to be a part of. We don't all play the same games, we don't all like the same games, we don't all like the same things in the games we play. And so when Brian and I branch out to a new game, or the fact that I've been playing like World of Warcraft and things like that, I understand there's a big piece of the Final Fantasy community that has strong feelings about why they as individuals don't play World of Warcraft, but I really appreciate everybody who's not been just throwing that in my face, because it doesn't mean I don't like Final Fantasy. I still do. And so when somebody comes in and says they like a particular piece of content, or they like a particular aspect of a game, or they wish a game was different, that's meant to further a conversation. That's meant to say, oh, well, what can I learn from that? What could that game possibly include? It doesn't, including something new and different in a game doesn't have to replace what I have, especially when we talk about MMOs. You know, if you don't like PvP, then don't PvP, but it doesn't mean the PvP in Final Fantasy can't be amazing for the people that do like it. So that's really it. Thank you guys to everybody that furthers those conversations and comes in and shares their ideas and shares their support and shares their experiences. It is absolutely a wonderful thing, and we appreciate every bit of it. I hope you guys all have a fantastic week, and I know that I'm working on a few videos I'm really excited about, and Brian's working on the occasional videos. He's super busy with work right now. He always shocks me in how many videos he can get out for how busy of a guy he is. But I know he's working on some stuff that I'm excited to see. So keep an eye out and have a wonderful week. This has been Chris with Work to Game, and I'll see you next time.
Thanks so much for watching this video. If you want to check out any other videos, you should click over here. And then we've got like some kind of vlog thing down here in the corner. And then we've got like subscribe. Yeah, like that's really, you should totally do it. This was a complete disaster.